Hello, card floppers. Welcome to One Pack Retro, where we open one pack of gaming cards from throughout gaming history. Continuing on our Lord of the Rings rush, I guess? I don't know. Do the Lord of the Rings trading card game from 2001, I believe? 2001? I don't know. Hold on, let me check. 2001, yes. From Decipher. Now, if you're a gamer of a certain age, or you're just lucky, you know all too well about Decipher. Back in the 90s, they did the Star Wars and the Star Trek game. So when they announced they had the Lord of the Rings game, everyone was excited because this was a good game design company. So, and it was an interesting game too, because it's like you technically built two decks, but you had them in one deck, because you had to build your fellowship and everything to help them, and then you built the enemy troops, as you will see here, and you use them to fight your opponent, and the goal was to get the One Ring to Mount Doom to destroy it. Alright, I think this is Saruman's army. Saruman's defense. Condition. To play, exert a Saruman Orc. Tap. Plays to your support area. When there are 3 or more companions in the dead pile, the move limit for this turn is -1. It's a minimum 1. I think you can move like 3 spaces max. Anyway, it is 1 cost, which was, like I said, another interesting mechanic about the game is there was a shared resource pool. If like in your turn, if you wanted to play some good cards, you had to put resources, you had to pay amount into the resource pile. But that left your opponent open to take stuff, so they could play, stuff against you. It was a really good, tactical advantage. Maloran Trees. It's a elf, Also, another thing, it's like each one had their own colored border, much like Magic the Gathering. So, but it is 1 drop, 1 resource, elf, condition, plays to your support area, fellowship, your turn. Reveal an elf card from hand and place it beneath your draw deck. Ulari Nintre, Messenger of Dol Guldur. He is 4 cost. Nazgul, not cool. 9 defense, 9 attack defense, 2 health, 3 victory points, I believe. 3 resource. I forgot that part. I know this is basically attack and defense. I can't remember that part offhand. When you play Olare Nerte, for each companion over 4, you may play 1 minion from your discard pile. That's pretty sweet. Oh, this is the rare. Yeah, they had a weird system. Mordor Enraged. 0 cost, so it's free. Condition. Plays on a Sauron enemy. Shadow, which was opponent's turn, which is your turn if you're the opponent, but exert bearer to add 1 for each archer companion. So, bearer in this case is the ring bearer, which was normally Frodo, but later on, I think in Return of the King block, they gave Samwise a ring bearer subtype. Strength of Spirit. Wizard, mostly Gandalf, but it's in general, wizard was a class. 1 resource, event, spell. Again, wizards can only cast spells. Response. If a companion is about to exert, spot Gandalf. Basically, look, there's Gandalf. He's been spotted. To place no token for that exertion. Longbottom Leaf. It's a hobbit thing. One resource, possession, pipeweed, of course. Place your support area. When you play this possession, you may discard up to 2 cards from hand. I mean, yeah, this is literally like the first pack, so it's, you know, pretty easy. Uruk Savage, the Saruman minion. 2 resources, minion Orca, 5 attack, 3 health, 5 something or other. Like I said, I completely I didn't research this because I thought I remember. Anyway, damage 1. When this minion wins a skirmish attack, add 1 extra wound to the defender. Lorien Elf. There they are. 1 resource, 3 an elf, obviously. Companion elf. 4 damage, 4 attack, defense, 2 health. To play, spot an elf. Yup. Well, I found it. I got the 1 ring. Ha. +1 defense. Yeah, add it to your ring bearer. Response. If bearer is about to take a wound in a skirmish, he wears the 1 ring until the regrouping phase. End phase. While wearing the 1 ring, each time the ring bearer is about to take a wound during a skirmish, add a burden instead. I think like once they had X amount of burdens, they obviously lost. Goblin Backstabber. Can't remember what faction that is. But it's the same faction as. Anyway, it's a 1-drop, minion orc, 5 damage, 1 defense, or 1 health. I want to say that's movement. I'm not sure. This minion is damage +2 while in the same skirmish as another orc. There and back again. Interesting thing about Decipher is their uniques had a little boop on them. So, you know, it's the only one that you could play. 1 resource, Hobbit, condition, tail, bearer must be a Hobbit companion, maneuver, discard this condition to make each Hobbit companion strength +2 until the regroup phase. Easy enough. Alright, well, I'm surprised that's a common, actually. That's weird. Anyway. Let's see, actually, there's a lot of stuff I would play, but I'm trying to remember, like, back in the day when the decks I was building. That one's pretty good. Like I said, if you have a full Hobbit Fellowship, this would be really good, which you could do. Because, I mean, not only was there the main 4, Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin, but there was, like, all these other hobbits, I can't remember offhand, the Saxville Bagginses and all that. Basically, Decipher, which apparently, you know, Wizards is taking a note from, they, like, went in every frame of the movie basically became a card at some point or another. That's how good they were. And even after the series is over, when Return of the King was done, they kept going, doing, you know, more expansion sets, and they even did Reflections, which would introduce characters that were in the book that weren't in the movie. So, like Tom Bombadil, Radagast the Brown, some other creatures, I don't know, but like they would add characters, like the elf, for example, which we'll get to in a moment. Like I said, they would like dress people up, take a picture, boom, that person became a card. Anyway, this would be good if you're doing a Hobbit heavy. A lot of people like to keep it Hobbit heavy, but that's beside the point. Yeah, that's pretty good Goblin. Like I said, damage +2, so if he wins a skirmish, it does 2 extra wounds, which is pretty damn nasty. See, this is what I liked about. There was like several different versions of the One Ring, but you can only have the One Ring. So, can't remember if this was a better one than what came in the starters. In any case, yeah, it's pretty good. Not the best of the rings, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty tough elf, actually. 4 attack, 2 health. It's pretty good. This one is good. I mean, 5 attack, defense, and does +1 damage. Definitely play that one. Well, I mean, I think there's stuff that, if I recall correctly, like stuff you needed, like discarded possession, helped prevent stuff. But like I said, I can't remember. Probably not. Like I said, if I remember the rules, then yes. If I had cards I interacted with, yes. But it's not now. I never got a Gandalf card until like literally Return of the King. When it's like that was the only time I had a Gandalf card. But that's pretty good. If you got Gandalf in your party, companions is about to exert tap. So that was pretty good. Actually, that's pretty nasty. If you've got archers, you can throw a bunch of burden counters on them. Pretty freaking sweet. I don't know how that's so rare, but it's pretty freaking sweet. I always love the Nazguls in Lord of the Rings, and this one is nasty. 9 with 2 health. Oof. Actually, I think that might be the. Well, yeah. I mean, if like, I can't remember if there were many discard things, but this would be pretty useful if you're like, you got to discard an elf. No, I don't. But then again, unless you shuffle, you're kind of screwed losing that elf. No longer an elf on the shelf. Actually, that's pretty good. But the thing is, it's like all the stuff discarded at the end of turn, but play that late game, you could really make it nasty. Make it hard to outrun your opponent. You know what? We'll do 2 MVCs. Nazguls because I like them. And we found the 1 ring, so you can stop looking now. No, I'm kidding. But it is funny that I got the 1 ring out of. It's common too. So, which I liked about Decipher is they numbered like 1. It's the first set, common, and then this is where it would be if you were like collecting binder, and then like the next set, which was Mines of Moria, was 2 rarity collector number, and they did that throughout the entire thing. Like I said, another thing I kind of liked, showing the pack, each like block had its own little bottom here. Like all the things for Fellowship block were this. 2 Towers was the running scene with Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. And Return of the King, I think, was Aragorn on a horse. I think that was... Anyway. I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm mentioning it now, that both of these cards came from Category 1 games. Not sponsored, obviously not, but if they're a good company. They got a lot of old games. They got like Lord of the Rings. They got a bunch of old, and of course they got Magic the Gathering. They got Magic. They got Yu-Gi-Oh. They got Flesh and Blood, but they got like, they got Lord of the Rings. They got both of them because that's where I got the Middle Earth stuff from. They got Verse System. They've got WWE Raw Deal, wrestling game from back in the day. And a lot better prices than some places. They got a better selection, a lot better prices than some. It's like, so, Give them a look. They also have like the magazines now. Inquest, Scry, or is it Scry? I think it's just Scry. Inquest, Duelist, stuff of that nature. You know, all the old gaming magazines from back in the day. Some of them still sealed, so you can get those rare insert cards, promo and insert cards on the cheap. Anyway, give them a look. Look them up. Category 1 games. That is Lord of the Rings from Decipher. And tomorrow we'll begin the Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering. In any case, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a retrotastic day.